it just got back in. It's kind of dark out there, else I would have recorded this in my car. There is a house that I went to go look at on Thursday of last week, and I went in the house, looked around, saw everything. It's a pretty legit house, no big deal with it. I'm like, you know what, I need to go ahead and get a contractor over here and see if we can, look at a few things, because there was a couple of leaks I wasn't quite sure on. And I try to be a hero on it, and she's like, well, I got her down to come off her price. She was originally at $220,000, and she came off her price down to $200,000. And I'm like, well, I don't know. There's a leak in the bathroom. It's coming through pretty bad. I'm probably thinking right around 185, honestly, is where I'm going to be at. And I didn't think anything of it, honestly. I was just, I wanted to throw a soft pass out there. Hey, Mildred, how you doing? So I threw the soft pass out there, and she's like, yeah, I need as much cash as I possibly can take. So anyway, fast forward the following day, I'm out there with my contractor. He goes, dude, I want this house. This house is like legit. We can totally do this house. And he's actually going to be the one. I was going to assign the deal to him. He was actually going to buy the house. And so he's like, I want this house. Let's do this. So we step outside. He calls the title company, make sure they can close fast, all this stuff. Meanwhile, this guy drives up in his car, goes inside. She takes his offer for $200,000. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I skip traced this girl forever. I've been skip tracing her forever. In fact, I went and knocked on the neighbor's door, and I tipped off the neighbor that the house would be coming up for auction or up to sell. And so she told her friend, and that's the guy that ended up buying it. And so we came back, and she's like, yeah, I took his offer. It was $200,000. And I'm like, what? We were going to offer you $200,000. She's like, well, I'm sorry, I've already signed it, and that was the end of it, and I'm doing it in 30 days. And so anyway, this whole thing, I was like, man, this happened on Friday, and just like it broke my heart. So I talked to her today, because I wanted, like, all weekend, I'm like, man, what happened here? And she was honest with me. She's like, well, you told me that the best I could expect from you was 185, and when he came in, I had already told you the day before that I would accept 200, and so I knew that you were at 185, Ryan, and so I told him, I said, hey, if you can do 200, I'll sign with you, and that's what happened. And I'm like, dude, totally screwed myself out of this one. Lost this deal because I was trying to be a little bit greedy, trying to, edge out a little bit of money out of it, and here's what happens, and I was told this again today, and I had to be reminded of it. When you are negotiating for a price, you have two options. You have two points of negotiation. One is a contract price. Two is after the inspections. What I was trying to do was I was trying to slam everything into one. Bam! Trying to do the negotiation contract price plus the inspection price all in the same, save myself an extra minute on it, and I ended up costing myself the deal and shooting myself in the foot. Lesson learned. It was a hard lesson because that would have been an easy, quick flip. I mean, of course, right in the middle of this, someone wants to call me. And this particular guy, Steven. So he'll probably call back like 4 or 5 times during this recording. He's a seller that we're trying to get him into another house so that we can buy his house. But anyway, big mistake on my part. Big mistake. And this is a rookie mistake that I missed. Should not have done that. I should have got the contract signed at $200,000. Had my guy come out there, look at the property, and then if we needed to come down. Because he told me, he's like, no, as is, dude, this is a golden deal. And we would have closed this thing this week, and I would have been 10 grand richer. But lesson learned on my part. So when you're out there negotiating for contracts, I've had another guy tell me this. He's like, dude, Ryan, get the contract signed, and then worry about all the stuff after that. Everything else can be negotiated afterwards, but until you have a contract, you can't do anything. And I totally just thought I was cooler than that. I was a king. I was top cheese. I was going to get this thing done, and I'm keeping this PG with the kids. And
hello.
That's my beautiful daughter Zoe. So anyway, when you're out there, just go for the contract. Get the contract done, and then you'll be able to go ahead and start negotiating. But unfortunately, I did not get a contract on this one because I was... There's Benson. I have 4 beautiful kids and one on the way. But anyway, that's what it is. Cost me a deal. So anyway, went back today, and I saw a new house, and I learned my lesson. I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And let's get this price, and then we'll have our inspections on the house. Because actually it was funny. We walked into the house, and she was like, oh my gosh, I got to keep it PG again, because she was cussing. Because we walked into it, and she hadn't been in this house since she moved her parents out last September. And apparently the roof has come down in one of the bedrooms, and water was everywhere. It was a mess. So yeah, we'll be able, and so we were like, let's get the contract going, and then we will discuss price after our inspections, because, oh gosh, it's going to be a good one on that roof. Apparently they had known about that roof leak for about 2 years now, and she was hoping to get it sold before the roof actually came down, but it came down, so in that bedroom, and it's okay. We're going to have to tear that out anyway. So it actually saved us a step of having to rip it down because it already came out. So moral of the story is, when you're out there, get the contract and then worry about everything else away, and everything else will take care of itself. And just remember, you're one deal away, just one smoking deal away from changing your entire financial future. I was one deal away from 10 grand this week, but that's all right. We got 2 more that we're going to close on, and we'll move forward. All right, I'm going to spend time with my family.